All right, here we go. Episode 60, dude. Isn't that nuts? Episode 60. That's crazy. All right. So I got a little laundry list of shit I want to talk about. It's probably going to be quicker paced, I guess, on the things I want to talk about. But I say that now, but I mean, we'll see what happens. So, first order of business that I haven't done in a while is the rules of the show. Rules of the show so far for the first 100 episodes only are I can't share the show with anybody. I can't tell anybody I'm recording a podcast at all. Nobody can know. For a reason that I'll tell you, talk to you. Okay. For a reason that I will talk about in just a sec. Second rule is every episode must be at least 20 minutes long. Third rule is there must be a takeaway or valuable lesson or something that you can take away, or some kind of perspective shift or something, or learn something from each episode. I can't have any guests or anybody else on the show, and I can't edit the show or take anything out or anything like that. And I think that's it. And the whole reason why I'm doing this right now is to get the reps in, to get better at communicating, to get better at putting my thoughts out there, and to get better at building, I guess, just overall confidence with my voice and finding my voice and figuring out what I believe in, where my stances are, all that shit. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And as soon as episode 100 hits, I will probably make what I foresee being one of the longest episodes that the podcast will see for a while. And that being covering every single thing that I learned, every single thing to come, every single thing, just everything. Combine it all into one. Or maybe I'll do a 2, 3, 4, 5-parter. I don't know. That's just how I see it. But, you know, it's a whole different thing when you actually sit down and you're actually doing it. So, who knows? But anyway, so first order business here. Or second order business, technically. So I'm on day 25 of LiveHard Phase 1. And so if you want to rewind 24 episodes, that's when I failed. Let's see, I think that would actually be 30 episodes ago I failed. I'm pretty sure. 30 episodes? Yeah, it's got to be about 30 episodes ago. That's when I failed Phase 1 LiveHard the first time. I failed on day 24 because, well, technically, yeah, I failed on day 24. I didn't realize till day 25. So all that happened was I thought I drank all my water. I woke up the next day, saw a half-drink empty water bottle. Half drank full, half empty, drank full, full drink empty, half full drink, full half deep drink full. See the bottle of water on my desk, and because I didn't know that if I did or didn't drink it, I couldn't complete the program with a clear conscience, and so I failed myself right then and there. And then I started over the day after Thanksgiving, which was I think 6 days from when I failed. Now you're supposed to start over as soon as you fail, the next day, but the reason why I started Phase 1 when I did was so I could complete it and then be in enough time to enjoy Thanksgiving with my friends and family. And I didn't complete the program, which sucks, but I was still able to enjoy it with my friends and family, so that's great. So then I started directly after Thanksgiving so that I could complete the Phase 2 by Christmas. And I'm right on track to do so. I am going to finish on the 23rd. At night. Well, technically, I'll wake up on Christmas Eve, and that'll be day 31. So technically 31, Christmas Eve is when I complete it. So I'll have Christmas Eve, Christmas, and the last week of the year before 2024, and I'm gonna talk about my goals and shit and the Founders Formula that I'm renaming. I think I found a name. Hold on, when I'm talking, there's some kind of vibration going on. What the fuck is going on here? Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? When I look over here, weird. So yeah, we made it back to day 24. Well, 25 now. And based on how today's going, we definitely completed day 25. Let's go ahead and see what we got to do left. I was killing it today. So follow diet, nutrition. So diet's done. Water is actually just about done. Actually, I'm going to read this as I drink it so I can complete it. Hold on. Gallon of water done. Stretching done. Okay, so only thing we have left to do for the entire day, and this is such a fucking win for me, guys. This is crazy. This is a huge win. Only thing I have left to do after I finish this show is brush my teeth. That's it. Everything else is done. Everything else is done. That's so sick, dude. I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to talk about that here in a sec. But anyway, so we just finished day 25, essentially. I mean, as far as tasks go, Yep, 100%. So as far as tasks go for the program, we completed the day. We're going to check that off right now. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Second workout's done. Drinking out water, followed diet. Took a cold shower, powerless task done. Boom, bitch. Day 25 is complete. That is sick. So we have 5 LiveHard Phase 1 days left. And then we're done with Phase 1. That's so fucking sick, dude. I'm very proud of myself. It's such a good feeling. Made it back. So it's crazy to think that I failed a month ago. And I didn't really skip a beat. I hopped right back on, given the fact that I waited a little bit so I could have some Thanksgiving pie and shit like that. But I got right back on it. I just kept going, and here I am. I completed it. I'm about to complete it for sure. And it's cool to think that I just bounced back so quick. Got right back on it, even though it was discouraging knowing that I failed. But I hopped right back on, and here we are, and it's such a good feeling. I'm very, very proud of myself for getting back on it. It's very cool. So we made it back. It's awesome. Okay, so next one I got here. It took me long enough, but I rearranged some of my tasks, and it has been working out a lot better. So one of the things that I switched around was I've been doing visualization. So usually what I've been doing is I'll get home from work, and I'll immediately go do my outdoor workout. And then I come home from my outdoor workout, and then I'll take my ice bath, cold shower, get out of there, and then I'll read, and then I'll do the podcast, and then I'll do gratitudes, and I'll work on the business. So it's a whole lot of sitting in my room, doing a whole lot of shit that is very easy to fall asleep to, especially after I have done all the physicality for my day. I've hit the gym, worked, done an outdoor workout, and then I hit cold shower, cold whatever, and then I crank the heat up, so I can warm up. And I think that's almost a relaxation thing, because I get done with all of it, and I'm just tired as shit, And I think that makes the tasks for the remainder of the day so much harder, because also I only got about 5 hours worth of sleep last night, and I haven't felt tired at all. I mean, I came home, I kind of forced myself to close my eyes for a little bit for 12 minutes, and then I don't think I dozed off quite, but I definitely closed my eyes and it felt good. So that's awesome. So this is what I did today. So I got home from work. Instead of doing my outdoor workout, as soon as I got home, kind of hung out for a sec, played some pool on miniclip on my phone, relaxed a little bit, like 20 minutes worth, and then what did I do? Oh, and then I started reading. I was reading Power of Discipline by Daniel Waters. Such a great book, dude. It's just straight to the point. Just so many key points in there that are great. And it's awesome actively reading it, because I'm just gaining so much more. And as soon as I'm done reading it, I'm actually going to go back and read all my highlighted points and kind of, I guess, re-summarize the book for myself, because there's... just as an example, for the sake of documenting, I'm going to open up this book here to a random page and read the first thing that I see that's highlighted. Okay, the first one here is: when you truly believe you are capable of more, you will shatter your pain points, which builds confidence and mental toughness. I'm going to do one more here. Belief is one of the key ingredients to improving your self-discipline. Success becomes your reality when you believe you can do more, and it allows you to break down the limitations that you have placed on yourself. So I'm going to go back and read all the highlighted points, kind of give myself a refresher after I've completed the book. That's so sick. I'm glad I started doing that. So yeah, I came home, started reading, got that done, and then I did some visualization, which is usually the last thing I do before I go to bed. And it's been not the best idea, because it's so easy to fall asleep and doze off. I'll have to stand up, put my hands up against the wall like I'm, being detained or some shit, just to ensure that I don't fall asleep. And it's ridiculous, because a lot of my focus goes away from the visualizing, visualizationalizing, And it goes into trying to stay awake, you know? And so I think I'm better off not doing that. Because I've actually had to restart visualizing, I don't know, a handful of times now. Because I'll be doing good. About 2 minutes in, I start thinking about something else. And then that feeling of, oh, hey, you need to restart, dude. That hits. And I think, fuck, dude. And I think it took me like 20 minutes one time. What the hell is this? Yeah, it took me 20 minutes one time to do a 10-minute visualization session because I just couldn't fucking focus to save my life, dude. It's ridiculous. But I did it. Figured it out. We're good. But now I did it before my outdoor workout. And that means, though, that I'm doing my outdoor workout in the dark when it's colder. So that's a bummer. And that also means I'm doing a cold plunge closer to bedtime, which isn't the most ideal. But I did that about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago. And if I'm going to go to bed here in a half hour, that's fine, I guess. I'll have to look more into that and get some concrete answers from Mr. Huberman, because that is where I learned a lot of what I know about deliberate cold exposure. Dude, Andrew Huberman's the fucking man. I'm so grateful for that, man. What a good guy, dude. I'd love to have him on the show or talk to him on his show or something. Just talk about shit, man. Talk about discipline and willpower and something like that. I don't know. It'd be sweet to have him on. So maybe one day it'll happen. Hopefully one day, you know, I can look back at a lot of these shows that I'm recording now and be like, damn, dude, I really fucking manifested that, huh? Remember that one time I wanted Huberman on the show and we got him on the show now? Twice. Same with Andy Frisella. Same with Chris Williamson. Same with fucking every goddamn other person, you know. So yeah, I rearranged my day, got the visualization done, got the reading done, which is very easy to fall asleep in when you're doing it late at night. So I got those out of the way. And, I actually worked on my business too, meaning I wrote a social media post, research an ingredient, just looked into glucosamine for recovery and joints and pretty much all kind of recovery. But I came to discover today that there's a lot of mixed studies. There's actually a study that was done by the company that produces the shit or manufactures the shit that showed favorable results in the studies. But then all the other studies that weren't sponsored by the same company who made the shit didn't really have the best of reviews. So it leads me to believe that maybe, perhaps, for the sake of... Actually, let's go back in here before I start talking out my ass. All right. Where is it? Glucosamine. Yeah, so it's an amido monosaccharide. It's a sugar molecule with a nitrogen group attached. Let's see. Yeah, so they're used... What did I write here? Yeah, they're used as therapy, I guess, for management of cartilage and joints and bones and shit like that. Stiffness in the hip and the knee and the thumbs, I guess. So the reason why I looked into this one was because I looked into coenzyme Q10, which is CoQ10, as you know, it's formally as it's mainly known as. I looked into that just for heart health. And going along the lines with health and recovery and shit, I decided to go with glucosamine. And because I've seen people take it before, and they've always said it was to help with their joints and shit. And I guess it does help with your joints, but it's mainly for the pain, the stiffness, the cartilage, and shit like that. But like I said, studies that I've seen so far don't have the greatest results. Meaning they're not in favor of being beneficial or doing as they are intended to do. I mean, there is benefits to taking them, but as far as the joints and the recovery and shit like that, I guess perhaps that's not, as of today, based on the studies that I read on Examine and WebMD. Anyway. So I did all that before I went and did my outdoor workout. So I went and did my outdoor workout. And I wanted to keep up the momentum, so what I did was I busted out my phone. I got the voice recording app out, the voice memos app, free on iPhone. Used that, just recorded my gratitudes again. I came home, did all my ice bath, cold shower, all of that shit. I sat down in my room. I transcribed it with this app called Descript. It's free. You get an hour free per month. And you can pay for more, but I don't need that yet. So, but this is an incredible piece of software, dude. It's transcribed almost perfectly. You know how when you're talking to Siri or you're using voice audio or something with Bluetooth or something, and you're talking and you're trying to type a text or a message or something, and you look at what it's typing and it's close, but there's a few words that are so off, and you think, what the fuck? I didn't say cowbell orange cream, And so, but with this app, with the software shit, I think AI is involved, so perhaps that's why it's so much better, but I don't have to say period or comma or new line or new paragraph, whatever. I don't have to say any of that. It knows when I'm stopping my sentence. It knows when I'm beginning another one. It knows even when it's a whole different thought. So I said, I'm grateful for this person. He's been somewhat of actually, this is too personal. I'm going to go ahead and, I said out loud, I'm grateful for a safe neighborhood to do my outdoor workouts in. So that one's put into 2 sentences. It fucked up. I can't imagine having to do this shit in a dangerous neighborhood or in an unsafe town, period. It's very nice being able to come out here and not have to worry about shit, period. And also have my AirPods in, period. So that should have been 2, or that should have been 1 with a comma, but I feel safe out here. It makes doing the outdoor cardio much easier and more enjoyable. So that was one whole ass thought, and it is split up between the other thoughts, or the other things that I'm grateful for. It's split up, and it's clearly split up here, which means that it knows that that was one complete thought, and that was all I had for that thought. And so it split it up. I didn't tell it to do that. All I did was record the voice memo app, go into settings or whatever, and on the 3-dot thing, click saved files. Then I went into my MacBook, found it there, put it into the program, and it took, 25 seconds, and it transcribed everything into written form so accurately. And from here, there's actually a couple perks or a couple things that you can do. You can take out all the filler words. So if I say like, all that shit, I can take them all out. So that way I get the clear, clean. What the fuck? Whoa, dude, that's fucking crazy. It's watching. Dude, we're finding out more and more. I just clicked play, and it's highlighting each word as I say it.
I can't imagine having to do this shit in a dangerous neighborhood or in an unsafe town.
Dude, that's actually kind of spooky how it knows exactly what I'm saying when I'm saying it with such accuracy. Where's my files going, dude? It's interesting shit. But anyway, that's what I did. Just kept the momentum going. I used that to save myself some time, and I did just that. So I got home, did all my shit, got in here, opened the file, and then copy and pasted everything that I said that is now in written form onto the document, and went through and fixed all the things so that it was all clear, concise thoughts and full, complete sentences the way that I intended them to be. And yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. So the software that I'm using at the moment is called Descript, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to pay for that quite yet, because if I'm only using 4 minutes a day, that's about 15 days at 4 minutes. So that is an hour and 15. Oh, shit. 15 minutes. So, I don't know. But it is extremely valuable, and I definitely want to use this software in the future, because I think it is $12 for 10 hours a month. I think it's 8. Actually, let's figure this out. Let's go ahead. How do I do this? I think I said this last time. Okay, how the fuck do we get out of here? Okay, back to projects. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go to upgrade. We're going to compare plans. I don't know why I had such a hard time doing this yesterday. So when you look at the pay plan here, it looks like $0. You get 1 hour a month. 720. Oh, this is video. AI voices. 1,000 word vocabulary. AI green screen. Oh, this is all video. So they do video too. So if I'm paying monthly, so what I just described for the 10 hours, so 10 hours a month with the editor, 4K video export, gets rid of blah, blah, blah. Studio sound. I don't know anything about it. It's $15 a month just for the basic shit. 10 hours a month. And if I want to double that at $30 a month, I get 30 hours a month. And a whole lot of other shit. A whole lot of unlimited shit. And so I haven't really looked at other companies. I'm sure there's a load out there. But I've only seen Descript. It's free. That's what caught my attention. But they offer a great plan. Everything's really nice looking. It works. It functions really well. So who knows? We'll see what happens when we actually need something like this on a bigger scale. So anyway, got in here, sat down my computer, copy pasted, fix it all. Now it's done. Checked it off, and now at this point it's probably 7:30, and I have everything to do, or everything off my list, everything for the rest of my day completed, except the podcast. I think eating, the water, stretching, and that was it. So I did all that shit, and now I'm recording the show. And as soon as I record the show, I just gotta brush my teeth, and I'm going my fucking ass to bed, and that's such a great feeling. So a couple more things I want to talk about. So Christmas is coming, dude. That's nuts. Christmas is in 1 week from today. Today is December 18th. What the fuck? I'm just trying to pull up my calendar, dude. Yeah, so today is December 18th, 2023. 1 week from today will be Christmas. So that means 5 days to go. I complete the program. 6 days is Christmas Eve. 7 days it is Christmas. And then I have a whole ass week off the program before January 1st, which means I plan on starting what I'm going to call now, not the Founders Formula, I'm going to call it Year 95 or Year 90. I don't know the number. I think it'll depend on who's doing it, actually. Because the idea, let me find out where I put this. Is it in this one? Yeah, so it's in this one. So we got the Founders Formula or Year 95. And I'm calling it Year 95 because for the year, the goal is to be at a 95 percentile execution rate or success or win days, whatever you want to call them. But that's my goal, is 95%. And I realize, but perhaps maybe somebody who wants to do this only has the goal of completing it at 90%. And so that would be year 90 for them. And so I guess the idea in my head would be that you complete the year 100 program or whatever it's called to the highest number that you possibly can. And so let's say that I failed 33 days of the year. So we'll take 33 minus 365 and we have minus 33. So we have 332 days. And so you divide that by the amount of days in the year, and we have 90. So right there, that is, I guess technically it's 91 if you round up. So 91%. So that means that we won the year at a 91%. So that person who completed the program at 91% completed year 91. So they completed the year 91 program, which is doing all the shit that they said they were going to do for a full year and only failed however many times to get them that 91%. And so I guess ultimately, which is crazy to think about, the goal would be to complete year 100. And I think that's one of those things that there's going to be a select few elite motherfuckers who do it, and that'll be sweet. But year 95 is something that I'm after because year 95 gives me 18 days that I can wiggle around, and if I want to take a week and go vacation with my family, have a good time, or if I want to take 1 day off or 2 days off here because I'm going to go to an amusement park or something like that, it gives me that freedom to do so. And that's based off if I'm completing the program as it's intended and I'm not just failing for the fuck of it, And so still working out the kinks of the program, still figuring out what counts as a win, what counts as a loss, and all that shit. So that's that. And so I thought about what the hell the rules would be. And so for me, because I have this big long laundry list of shit that I want to do per day, as well as the power list. And so I've broke it down into a couple categories. One is hygiene tasks. Next one is personal or physical excellence tasks. Next one is mentally excellence tasks. And then there's one, I don't know what to call it. Call it the get in control tasks. And I want to leave it up to the person doing the program to figure out, plug and play what they want, what's important to them, what their program will look like, because it's scalable, similar to 75 Hard. And this program for sure is inspired by 75 Hard, because that program changed my fucking life, dude. It rewired my way of thinking. It rewired my brain. It got me infinitely more disciplined. It gave me some resilience, confidence, all the shit that Andy Frisella talks about in all of his goddamn podcasts, dude. And I'm living proof of that. You wouldn't be listening to the show if it weren't true. So with that being said, I want to incorporate the power list into this program. And I've already talked about that. You know, you do the whole laundry list of shit you got to get done. And then you throw in the 5 power list tasks, critical tasks you got to get done. And that, doing all that for the day, that is a win. So you do that. Let's see, what's the percentage? So you do that 347 times a year, and you win a 95 percentile rate. And that's the goal. So that would be my year 95. And I thought about, I'm just going to rapid fire my thoughts here because I don't know. But I had the thought, okay, so somebody has to start this on January 1st. They would have to because it's a year. But then I thought, nah, that's going to discourage people. They're going to have to wait a whole year. But then I also thought, well, that kind of adds to the scarcity or the whatever you want to call it of the program. That means that people who do it have been waiting and preparing and getting ready for this shit because they know they can only start on January 1st. But then another thought was, who gives a fuck, dude? I want people to start wherever they are, whatever time of the year it is, and that would still be their year, whatever. I did year 95 from June. Started in June, did my year 95, and I got it, whatever it is. Because regardless of if it's a full year, the percentages are always going to be percentages. What would it be? 10 grand is 1% of a million. And $1 is 1% of 100. And two completely different amounts, two completely different things, right? But they're both 1%. And so whether I start on January 1st or November 15th, that's still the percentage, and that's the goal. And so I think 95% of 45 days being mid-November, that would be one day that you could fail. The whole thing I'm saying here is it all maintains itself. It's all percentage. It's not amounts. It's all relative to when they start. So it'd be their year 95 started in June, did my year 95, whatever it is. Did my year 97, did my year 93. Whatever it is your goal is. And I'm choosing 95 at the moment right now. Could change just based on having the 18 days per year that I can dedicate to something else. And so I'm trying to figure out how to lay it out. In a way, so here's the thing. So this is my program. I'm doing this shit for me. I want to do this. And this is what I'm going to follow. And I'm going to post it and say, hey, if you want to follow along and do your own thing, that's sweet. But I also want to make it into something that people can plug and play with their own shit. I don't quite have the kinks worked out for that yet. But there are a few things that are going to be required, and that those are the hygiene. Like, it's going to be a sustainable year-long version of getting your shit done. So I look at 75 Hard and shit like that as just hardcore boot camps to sharpen the blade of discipline and everything like that. So here's the other thing. I will be doing the LiveHard program while doing this. The LiveHard program was going to take precedence over this. I mean, it's all going to be the same thing because it works together, works in synergy. But these, I guess, tasks or whatever you want to call them, the laundry list of commitments that you have to do for the full year, or I guess the rest of your life, because it's a lifestyle change, it's a commitment to a better self. Those are, we'll call them more sustainable. These are basic shit. Basic shit that if you did every single day for a full year, what would your life look like? So we got the power list task system in there for sure, because that's going to be what moves the needle forward in your life towards your ultimate goals. But then we have small things like if you brush your teeth, and a lot of people do this, so it's not even a thing. But, full admission, when I was younger, I struggled with that a lot. I never wanted to brush my teeth. I only started flossing a couple years ago, and so a lot of people, that's fine for them. It's not even a thought. But for other people, they struggle with that, and that might be, like it was for me, a huge chunk of confidence missing in their life, because if you have shitty teeth and you have a shitty smile and your breath smells like ass, you're not going to want to smile. You're not going to want to talk because you're afraid you just get insecure. And so imagine if that person could just accomplish this struggle or whatever, defeat this struggle for them, brush their teeth twice a day, floss, whatever, for a full year. You know what their mouth hygiene would be like in a year? You know how much more confident they would be? And that's the point. And so the hygiene tasks: brush teeth twice a day, floss once per day, bath once per day. And in all three of these, I put probably already doing this, but still required. So hopefully we're all taking a shower a day. Hopefully we're all brushing our teeth. Hopefully we're all flossing, right? So that's the hygiene task. Then the physical excellent tasks. And all of these are subject to change. I'm trying to figure out the best way to lay it out, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do for me, but I also want to make it for someone doing it themselves. And yeah, so we have exercise every day for a minimum of 20 minutes, stretch every day for a minimum of 10 minutes, commit to a workout program, whether that's an online program, some kind of personal trainer. You made the program yourself, but you have to follow it with no compromise. If you write it down, if you do this, you have to do the program to the T, no matter what. Commit to a way of eating that allows you to remain consistent, that is in direct correlation to your goals regarding body composition. And the way, and the reason why that's worded that way is because, for example, I'm not trying to eat strict 100% clean no matter what for a full year. I want to enjoy some shit, okay? I want to be able to, because with flexible dieting, you can eat whatever you want and still make progress towards your goals. But the way that I would do it, and I don't know how to translate this into somebody else doing it, but the reason why I worded it that way is because my goal is to get bigger. The way that you get bigger is to eat a surplus in calories and a shit ton of protein, right? Some basic bro science fundamentals right there. And so I can still get my protein in, still get the calories in, and have a donut and still make progress towards my goals. Now, am I going to eat 10 donuts a day? Is that my excuse as to why I'm doing that? No, absolutely not. But it allows me that freedom to do so. And it's not a hindrance to my goal. It's not taking me away from the goal. My body composition goal. Because that's why it's worded that way. And same goes for fat loss. If you are trying to get down to a certain amount of weight or whatever, and you are doing flexible dieting or something, and you want to have a Pop-Tart and some Skittles, I don't know. You can still work that in, still hit your calories, and still lose weight. And so it's not so much about no cheat meals, keep it strict, as it is keep working towards your goals. But if you want to have some M&Ms, that's fine. Just make sure that fucking fits in there and it works. If it doesn't, then you can't. So I'm working out the kinks for that. I'll think about that more. We'll figure that out. I don't want to say follow a diet. It's too, people interpret that as in following some kind of strict ass keto or carnivore shit, and that's not the goal. It's just to have control over your diet. What are you eating? What are you not eating? Just be aware, So anyway, figure that out. Next one is drink a full gallon of water per day. Next one is no full sugar beverages. So yeah, and I'm there's and this is the rough draft of the rough draft. I'm putting a lot of what I want to accomplish myself down, seeing what the ramifications would be if I did or did not do it, and then just going on. So the get in control tasks, and I don't know what to call these, but that would be, escaping the vices and the addictions that you have. So that'd be no porn, no alcohol, no drugs or smoking, no vapes, no chew, no cigarettes. None of that shit. Next one would be mentally excellence tasks. So actively read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, and audiobooks do not count. And so actively read, meaning get the highlighters out, get the pen, actively read, get that shit going on paper, take notes, whatever you got to do to learn, to read, to retain, to comprehend. Next one is write down 5 things you're grateful for using the whatever acronym system. I have ideas for how to make that cool. But yeah, I put also time limits next to them because the idea is to be able to do all of this in less than 2 hours per day. And I think I did the math, and I think it came out to 97 minutes. So yeah, absolutely enough time. Next one is must get out of bed within 5 minutes of my alarm going off every morning. Next one is take a cold plunge or a cold shower. And then I put in parentheses, must do cold plunge if you have one, but if not, cold showers count. And then last one is make your bed. And so we have a total of 4, 10. So almost 20 things right there. Well, I mean, there's about 14 things to do, and there's 4 things to not do. Well, I guess there's a little bit, I don't know the math, I don't know. And so I'm figuring out those are the tasks, but I want to give the power to the person doing the program to choose what is and is not, what counts, what doesn't count. Because if you're Usain Bolt, going on a little leisurely stroll through the park, that's not a workout in the context of LiveHard. But if you're, 450 pounds, going through a stroll, going on a stroll through the park, is definitely a workout for you. Walking to the goddamn fridge is probably a workout for you. No offense. It's probably tough as shit, And so the program should be scalable. Should give people the power to select and choose what they're doing. But obviously the point of the program is discipline. So you need to be choosing shit that's hard for you. If it's not hard for you, what are you doing? And then on top of all that, you got the power list. Why do I keep saying power list? Dude. Then you have the power list task system, which is choose 5 things that move the needle closer to where you want to go in life. So you do all that shit every day, that counts as a win. You repeat the process all year long perfectly, that's year 100. And that's how you win. And so that's that. I've already talked about I've already talked about all the rules and stuff quite a bit, but I'm getting more crystal clear on this. I like the idea of it. When I said year 95 in my head, I had that really good feeling of like, oh shit, I'm on something here, And I don't want this to be taken as me trying to take anything away from the creator of 75 Hard Andy, because I'm not. Because that program changed my life, and I want to remain on that path of discipline and momentum and shit for as long as possible. And I'm going to do the LiveHard program probably forever. It's just such an incredible program. And it's so simple too. And so I want to do that same thing, but have a kind of tracker or a progress or whatever you want to call it on a day-to-day of all the shit that I'm doing. So that way I can look back at the year and see what I'm winning and how I'm winning. And I can look back at all the entries I put. I can see on March 15th, 2024, I needed to get these 5 things done. Did I get them done? Yes. And I did that for a full year minus 18 days. And that is why my life looks the way it does. And it's just proof. It's a track record. It's a form of measurement to see where I'm at, what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, and see the results as a result of doing or not doing those shits. And so that's it. That is all I wanted to talk about for this show. I was going to talk about my goals a little bit, but I also realized that I haven't really updated those since. But, yeah, guys, so that's it. That was episode fucking 60. I can't believe it. 60. So talk to you guys later.